Good morning, everybody. All praises and glory go to Yahshua HaMashiach and the Most High. Today's message is accepting yourself, because I feel like in this community that we have, especially nowadays, man, too many of us are trying to be people pleasers. We rather please people to have them around us than accept who we are and get rid of people who shouldn't be around us. We spend so much time trying to be an image and what people want us to be and think we should be, that we never find our true identity of who we are and what we think of ourselves. You know what I mean? This is what self-esteem, self-confidence is. It's something that is about you that nobody should be able to change. You know what I mean? That's why it's called self-esteem. You know what I mean? Self-confidence. This is what you should have inside of yourself at all times, no matter who you're around or what. We have to be comfortable in our own skin, no matter what color you are. We got to be comfortable with who we are and our history as who we are in order to reach the peak of who we is. And what I mean by that is that, it take pressure to make a diamond. And most people don't realize how strong they are or what they're capable of until you're put into a situation where you have no choice. And that's when you can achieve greatness. Because only when stress is at all-time high would you overcome adversity that you never thought you could. You know what I mean? That helps with self-improvement as well, because then you have the confidence plus the understanding of how strong you actually are and what you are actually capable of when you focus and put your mind to it. And we have so many people around us that zap our energy because we don't know how to, or we don't have discernment over who should be in our life and who shouldn't. A lot of people who come in my life is temporary. Some last a little longer, and you have some who be in there who be around you. And what I mean by that is I use the analogy of the tree, is that you're going to have people in your life who the roots of the tree, them be the people who going to help nourish your life, help give you stability, help you improve, and always be around you when you need something, which only going to be a small few. It may include your kids, your grandmother, your mother, maybe some friends you grew up with, but the roots are the most important part of the tree, because that's how the tree gets its nourishment and how it survives. Now, you're going to have some of those in your life. Then you're going to have some people like the branches. Some branches going to be stronger than others, but you got to be careful with the branches, because you have some weak branches. And those are the weak fake people who will pretend they have your back, and then the first chance they get, they will leave you out high and dry, and they will break under your feet, leaving you to fall by yourself. And then you have people who are seasonal. These people are like the leaves of the tree. They come and go. They fall, and then they grow back. So we try to keep seasonal people with the roots of the tree, and we treat the roots of the tree like seasonal people, because we don't have no discernment in ourselves or confidence in ourselves to give the right decision on who we should have in our life to give us stability, because we never do nothing on our own. But at the same time, you got to be confident in who you are and what you bring to the table. So if you're not comfortable with who you are, then you'll spend your whole life trying to be something that you're not. So you got to understand, man, that it takes a lot to be yourself, because everybody not going to accept you. And that's another thing too. We got to realize that no matter who we be, no matter who we are, if you can't be yourself, then who are you? And so if every time you go around, you got to become a character or image, then nobody ever getting to know the real you. So how can we accept something we don't know nothing of? You know what I mean? Only thing we know is what you go by. So when you alone and you with the real you, we don't get to meet that person because you're never that person. You're always a person with a face on or a mask because you shielding yourself and you presenting another image to us so your image can rise and you can look this way or be this way. You know what I mean? A lot of us do that because we're not comfortable in our own skin and comfortable with what we're doing. Because at the end of the day, it don't matter how much money you got, how much money you don't got. It don't matter how good you are or how bad you are. It don't matter if you white, if you black, if you Mexican, if you Puerto Rican, Dominican, whatever. It's always going to be somebody with something to say about you no matter how you do or how you choose to live your life. So just on that, we know we can't base how we live off what other people think of us. Because somebody going to have an opinion about who you are because you're not perfect. You going to always have faults no matter who you try to be or what you try to become. You still going to fall short because nobody is perfect. This is why you got to be comfortable with who you is. Don't worry about, can certain opinions have an effect? People that really close to you, like the roots of the tree, and maybe a few branches, but you can't just take everybody's opinion about you at face value. Because a lot of people who would say stuff don't even know who you are. They don't be around you every day. You know what I mean? They just know of what they hear about you or what somebody describe you as being. That's just like going to a job and before you work on the job, you meet somebody and that person tell you that the boss of that job is this way, this way, this way, that way, this way, and this way. So eventually you're going to start seeing the boss not for who he is, but through the eyes of the person that told you all this other stuff. So they don't feel all this negativity about this person in your spirit and got you thinking negatively about somebody you don't even know until you get to know them. You be like, man, they ain't even the person that the other person say they is. That's because you didn't understand that you have to give people a chance to be who they are. You know what I mean? And this is how you become to accept people in your life, because when you give people a chance, don't go off what everybody say. Everybody gonna have their opinion about everything. You have to have discernment yourself by being comfortable with who you are. You know what I mean? Because if you want to be negative, if you want to present a fake image, if you want to always have so-and-so around you, you're going to bring negative stuff around you. You cannot plant apples and think you're going to harvest oranges. You know what I mean? If you're not comfortable with who you is and you always putting up an image or something fake to bring in people around you or to keep people around you, then you're not going to never have anything real, because you're going to meet fake people as well because you're not doing real. You know what I mean? Being 100 just being who you are. You know what I mean? It's accepting who you are. That's being 100 is mean that when I see you this all the time. You don't change. You don't flex. You don't front. This is you 100% of the time. And regardless if I accept who you are or don't accept who you are, at least I know who you is, because I get you every time I come around you. You the same person. You know what I mean? Yes, we gonna grow and we gonna have different understanding to put us on the mindset that will have us more intellectual. Yes. But as a person, you know what I mean, we got to understand who people are. You know what I mean? We got to understand who we are. We have to find our lane and be comfortable with what we're doing. And then we can accept and bring other people into our life, and we can both nourish and grow together. You know what I mean? But we can't do that if I don't understand who I am, because if I don't like who I am and I'm always trying to be somebody else, then you would just come and keep feeding off me and taking from me, because this is what I will allow, because I'm not comfortable who I am. I want to please you. I want to have you around, so I will give money, or I will give my body, or I will show my body just so I can get noticed. You know what I mean? This is what we go through, because the society we in, most people are not comfortable with who they are. So we need attention. We are born to get attention. And it's kind of hard, because as a child, you know, you grow up with this stuff with some people get bullied, you know what I mean? And you have, you know, the popular kids, and you want to fit in with everybody. You want to be everybody's friends until you grow up and realize that that's not the way to go, because they teach you that all the way through high school. You just try to fit in no matter where you at. So you never find out who you are or comfortable in your own lane because you spent your whole life trying to be with everybody else and trying to hang out with everybody else and be an image that you're not. This is what Hollywood is. This is what entertainment business is. If none of these people are actually living or doing what they're saying, it's an image you project to get you to go spend your money. You know what I mean? And you have to be comfortable with yourself. Don't spend your whole life running from who you are. You have to find out who you are by taking time and spending time with yourself. You know what I mean? Have self-determination. This is what the Most High bless you with, to be able to be comfortable with how he created you. You know what I mean? And if you don't like something about yourself, then improve it. You don't have to change for nobody else because you can't change for nobody else. The only time people change is when they feel necessary, they need change in their life. This is why changing people's relationships don't work. You just make people run away from you and they not going to be around you. You can't change anybody. You can help, but you can't change. Change comes when people are ready for it on their own. So we have to be comfortable with what we're doing and who we are and where we at. That's the most important thing, because what we can control is what we do and how we react to situations and how we feel about ourselves. We can't control about what somebody else think about us or what they feel about us, especially if they don't know who we are. So take time out, get to learn who you are and appreciate who you are and accept who you are, because who you are is how God made you. You're a beautiful human being with a lot of gifts to offer the world if you can only look in the mirror and not be afraid to say, I am who I am. We have to, man. No, you can follow me on my podcast at www.priest444.podbean.com, and you can also follow me on my Facebook of Black History, Anthony Net History Unplugged. Got a lot of information out here. I'm trying to feed people, to give people discernment over the wickedness and righteousness of the world, not only in spirit, but in people, because we need a new direction and a new foundation of understanding to get human interaction back to where it needs to be to support one another and to live and love one another for human beings as we should, and not about race or individual. It's about us all together. But at the same time, in order to do this, we have to educate people, because you have certain people in the world who want to keep us divided and don't want you to be yourself and don't want you to love yourself, so you can't love nobody else. Love and self-happiness and confidence starts inside of you. Nobody going to appreciate you if you don't appreciate yourself. Nobody going to love you the way you can love yourself. If you don't love yourself, how can you expect anybody else to love you? It don't work that way. We have to appreciate who we are. That way, when people come into our life, we can have value, and they will know our value, and they won't treat us any type of way, because we have standards about ourselves that we're not going to let you treat me any kind of way. This is what we must do. You know what I mean? Like I say, visit me on my podcast, man. I'm happy to share information with y'all. I wish all y'all a blessed day, and peace.